involves religion. So I hope I don't offend anyone here. It involves Judeo-Christianic and Catholic religion. None of that is just a couple of slides and that's it. And what else? Does anyone mind if I totally shut down the lights? No one? Can anyone shut down for me? Thank you. Well, like she said, my name is Eduardo Cervantes, and I'm going to be talking about sacred geometry. First, where do you find sacred geometry? Sacred geometry is everywhere, and it's one of the few subjects that uses both sides of your brain. You use the left brain for your logical, sequential, and objective data. Also use your right brain, which is the random, intuitive, and subjective data. That is because it involves, like the title says, sacred geometry, religion, and mathematics. Where do you find it? You can find it pretty much anywhere you look at. Here's a pine, that's a water molecule. You have the shell, a shell. You have a flower, so the pattern is everywhere. Those patterns, that's, I believe it's a logarithmic equation. Same thing over there. And pretty much all the geometric figures are beautiful on their state. Well, also I'm going to be talking about a little bit about phi. I don't know if many of you know about phi. Phi, Da Vinci knew about phi. He talked about it and he even drew it. But many people, the Vitruvius man, it's like a way of Da Vinci's laughing at people because he would show them all of this knowledge and people would just look at a man inscribing a circle, but they don't know the meanings behind. We have five. We have in our torso, we have 5 extremities. We have 2 hands, 2 legs, and a head. Each of those extremities have extra 5. We have 5 fingers, hopefully, 5 fingers, 5 toes, and then on your head you have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, and a mouth. Those are 5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 raised to the 0.5 times 0.5 plus 0.5. That equals to 5. Here, I'm going to change a little bit the subject. I'm going to start with the point. With point, it's the absolute root mental concept, the simplest idea possible, just a point. You don't have to think about anything else, just a point. That's it. It's directly related to unity, consciousness, or oneness. It's a whole being, it's one thing. It's not 2 or 3, it's just one, and it's full in its essence. And it's literally the first dimension, a point. 2-dimensional universe. Now you've got 2 points. They are equal to each other. The other one is not bigger than the first one. They're just equal and they lie on the same plane. So you have, now we create a dimensional plane. They're related to the architectural relationship of the universe, and they create an abstract unit of measure, which is the space. Now we have a space. Before we only had a point. That's on the first dimension. That's nothing. Now we have a space. Now with 2 points, you had the point A from point B from the previous slide. You can draw a line to them. Now you can measure. If you have 2 points, you can measure distance. You can measure from here to here. You have 2 points, you can do it. Also, if you draw a line to those points, you fix A. You won't move A, but you move B. You can rotate it. You can explain with that motion, radius, arc, angular motion, and it also, with this, you can explain up and down, left and right, yin and yang, because the manifestation of duality. Now you have 2 things related to each other, but one opposite to the other. One is fixed, one is moving. The creation. I'm going to read a passage from the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Verse 1, Genesis. Now we have an X, Y, and Z plane. I hope everyone knows what's an X, Y, what's the problem with that? You just have a plane. Like it says, it only relies on our state of consciousness. We cannot, we don't know what's just an infinite x, y, and z plane, because all the things that we know are finite. This is finite. I can touch it. There are limits that I can't go through this table. So what's the problem with that? With the creation, there have to be boundaries. So just so that you know, when talking in terms of sacred geometry, straight lines mean masculinity, male, and round lines or curves mean female. So now, if we connect every endpoint of our x, y, and z with a finite figure, we're not saying it's a mile long, it's a millimeter, a picometer long. It's just something finite. Now we have a reference point because we have boundaries. From here to here, I can move freely, and I can say I'm moving with respect to a table. So we have a finite figure from the Bible again. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. That's Genesis verse 2. So now, hopefully you'll know a little bit about the Bible. Eve was made from Adam's rib. So if we take part from the male figure you had before, you can scribe a circle around it with the limits that the male figure had. So now it's pretty much saying with a male figure you can draw a female figure. So now we can have the earth, like it says in the passage. So now God created the heavens and the earth, and just lost myself, mopped up on the face of the water. So now we're talking about a word, nature. Next day, that's the first